So yeah, I can talk about myself because I'm the expert on me. So my name is Teresa Flannery, and I do go by Flannery in the group, largely because of Sharon, but now it's just caught on and I kind of like it. So we're going to go with that. My pronouns are she and her. I am a middle-aged, cisgendered, straight woman who is an ally to, to everyone. I like to cook, so I cook a lot. But I like to swim when it's not cold. I do yoga. I like to read. I do jigsaw puzzles. That makes me sound really old, but but I do like jigsaw puzzles. So yeah, or just visiting with people. I like to have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee and get to catch up with somebody. There are so many like creative, artistic types in this group, and I'm just embarrassed to say I'm not super. I think of cooking as my creative outlet, honestly, to be tried. But I love avocados. I do. I love avocados. And after living in Southern California, we'd go grab a bag by the side of the road and buy it like $5. You'd get like a giant thing of. Actually, ooh, God, scratch that. I do love avocados, but my go-to is always popcorn. I probably make and eat popcorn 5 nights a week. I shouldn't even admit that. I haven't done it in a while, but I like to, I don't even know what you call it. I call it collaging. I make collages, but I just steal things and put them together in like weird combinations. But it makes sense to me. I wanted to be a writer, writing stories, writing bad poetry, but no, I thought, yeah, the writing always fascinated me. And that was how I also sort of processed stuff. And I had an English teacher in high school. God love him. I submitted so much overwrought, but he was encouraging and he was lovely, to put up with all of that. But so that was probably like one interest or hobby that was kind of, just mine. Gosh, I listened to a lot of sort of, I don't even know what you categorize it as, like more like indie rock, but the more mellow stuff probably. Listen to a lot of KXT and like independent stuff. And I do like some of my family members really like the red dirt country. Not a traditional country person, but the red dirt, though I do like some of it. It's kind of a little darker edge to it. I was joking with one of my brothers the other day. I said, look, I'm 52 years old. I'm an expert on what it is to be a white woman in America, with the whole kind of privileged Christian background. I said, I know all that. I'm really curious at this time in my life and other people's experiences. And I grew up in such a limited bubble, where, I have relatives still to this day that, something will come up in the news or in a movie and they'll be like, that's not a thing. And I'm like, no, it's not a thing for you, but that doesn't mean it's not a thing, and to try and get people to sort of expand, the need for me to expand my own knowledge of all that. So our family had recently moved back to Texas after living 15, 16 years in other states. And I realized pretty quickly that there was not as much tolerance and support for members of the LGBTQ community here in Texas. And that bothered me. So I just so I literally sat down and started Googling, and the group popped up and Sharon popped up. And I thought, this is something I wanted to do. And so I just reached out to her and got involved. My favorite part of volunteering with LGBTQ SAVES, it's easily the people. And that's mostly the youth, but also the program leaders and the other people I get to work with. Just seeing things from other people's perspectives and being able to learn and encourage other people. I really like that dynamic and that interaction. A couple of the pride parades, the group would go and the youth would meet up with us and we'd go. And what I loved about that was I loved our youth then being able to see the bigger numbers and all the other different people coming out and supporting, and being able to see adults and folks of all different ages that were also members of the community. Anyway, it was just neat to see them seeing that, and to be there and to be able to support. So, and I will share one thing. When I very first started volunteering with the group, I was like, I'm just going to be a fly on the wall and, observe and watch. And so for the first few meetings, that's all I did. And there was one youth that, if I'm going to be really honest, there was one youth that I was a little uncomfortable with at the beginning. And I thought, I couldn't kind of get a handle on this youth or how to interact with this person or whatever. And I will tell you, one of my favorite little moments was, fast forward a few months, and I had been making a concerted effort, like just to kind of get outside my comfort zone and to kind of understand this youth better. And we were doing an activity at one of the meetings, and I pulled out Mad Libs, and this young gal just went, "Oh my God, I love Mad Libs." And she plopped herself down, literally like at the feet of the chair where I was sitting. And we proceeded to go back and forth and do Mad Libs. And it was just the greatest little moment. And I thought, I came home that night and I told my husband, I go, I had a breakthrough, It was actually another program leader. I was joking about being boring, and he said, but your bald head gives you an edge. And I was like, oh, I like it. That's my one little edgy thing. Ice cream cart?
Yeah,
That's great.
He comes out all the time, and so he's going to be out there. We should probably stop because he's going to be out there for a minute.